Hi everybody, this is Lisa and I'm going to get started here with another Verbling class. I'm going to wait until people start joining. Kicking me off.
ما لابسن
عادي.
Hi. Hi, Yasin.
Hi, Lisa. How are you, teacher? Hi, Sebastian. How are you, man?
Fine, thank you. I just hear you singing.
He have a nice voice.
Thank you.
Brenda.
Get late from the last lesson.
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Hello.
Hi everybody.
Hey.
Hi, teacher.
Alright.
How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
We're
Fine,
fine.
thank you.
I heard some of you singing in the last class with Matthew. That was really great. Was that fun?
Who was singing best?
Well, I don't know.
Yeah. You didn't realize, right?
I didn't pay too much attention. I was just watching it and
I
listening.
understand.
And yeah, but the two ladies that sang
Yeah.
at the very
There,
end,
there
I
was
heard
a
that.
song, you know.
Brenda.
Brenda was.
No.
Yeah, I think her name was Brenda.
She was
Yeah,
singing
she's in the
excellent.
chat
You are
room.
my sunshine. Yeah, I think. The
Yes.
singing name is You Are My Sunshine.
Oh, and Sophia sang, yeah. I think it was
Thank
Sophia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah, that Hallelujah song, that one's kind of hard. It has a lot of going up and down with your voice. Okay, well, that was the last class that Matthew just did with singing, which sounded like it was a lot of fun. A lot of people were having fun. Today, for my class, I thought we would talk a little bit about geography of the United States. And, of course, to have you guys talk, I want to hear about where you're from and what type of geographical features you have in your own country. So I'll get started. I think some of you have been in my class before, but I'll introduce myself. My name is Lisa, and I live in Washington State. So some of you might know that Washington, D.C. is where the White House is and the capital of the United States. But I live in Washington State, which is on the west coast of the United States. So let's just go here. I'm going to start over with Annetta. Hi, Annetta. I guess just introduce yourself because we have some new people in the class today, and tell us where you are.
So, hello, my name is Aneta, and I am from the Czech Republic.
Great. Okay, and then next we have Annalisa. Is that how you say it? Yes, hi.
Hi.
And where are you?
I'm right now I'm in London, but I'm Italian.
Oh, okay, great.
Yeah.
All right, and we have Ergül. Are you there?
Hi.
Hi.
My name is Ergül. I'm from Turkey.
From Turkey?
Yes.
Okay, well, welcome.
Thanks.
And Hamza? Is it Hamza? Okay, well, welcome. Hi. Hamza, are you there? Can you hear?
Hi,
Hi, where are you?
I am from Egypt.
In Egypt. Okay, great. Well, welcome. You were singing in the last class, weren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, great. Hi there, Leonardo.
Hello, how are you?
Hi, I'm doing well. How are you?
Me too. Very well.
And where are you?
I am from Argentina.
Okay, great.
Argentina.
Argentina, yes. South America. Great.
Yeah.
Of course.
Okay. Hi, Mohammed.
Hello, how are you?
I'm doing well.
I'm Mohammed from Syria.
From Syria. Great. And Sebastian, how are you today?
Fine, thank you.
Have you gone to sleep, or are you just on verbling all day?
A long story, actually.
Well, that's great to see you again.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Thank you.
And why don't you tell everybody where you are?
Oh, I'm from Santiago, Chile,
Okay.
Latin America. Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty close to Argentina.
Yeah,
right?
we are neighbors.
You're
so.
neighbors. That's great.
Yeah.
Okay. Hi. Is it Unal?
Yes, sir.
Hi. How are you?
This is I'm doing great. Thank you.
And where are you today?
This is I am from Istanbul, from Turkey,
Istanbul. Okay. Good.
Yes.
And the last one who's in the class is Yasin.
Hi, teacher. I'm Yasin.
Hi.
Safia, I'm from Syria. I live in the United Arab Emirates. I'm so glad to attend your class today.
Okay. Well, I'm glad to have you. Thank you.
Thanks.
And there's other people that probably will post in the chat since we're already full right now, so we'll see if they want to participate at all. But anyways, I guess I just will start a little bit explaining the geography of the United States. Some of you might already be familiar with the geography of the United States, so I won't go into too much detail because you can ask questions later if you want, and I want to hear from you as well. But I'll just talk a little bit to start. So I was actually looking it up just to see, but it turns out that the United States, depending on how you look at it, is either the third or the fourth largest country in the world after Russia and Canada. And some places it says China might be bigger with the land mass and all the water, or it might be that the United States is a little bigger. But anyways, it's one of the biggest countries in the world, and so there's lots of different geographical features. And like I said, I live in Washington, so that's on the West Coast. I was going to try to share the map here. Let me see if I can get it. Are you guys familiar with Google Earth?
Yeah, we do.
Yes.
Yeah, you use Google. Do you see the map?
Sorry, what is the meaning of features?
Features. Okay. Correct. I said geographical features, and that just means different types of geography. So a feature might be like
advantages.
No, it might be like the feature might be mountains or lakes or rivers, oceans. Okay. Yeah, so the features are, when you're talking about geographical features, then I'm talking about the different types of geography that there is.
Rocky Mountains.
Yeah, like Rocky Mountains is a feature. Yeah. Okay, yeah, and feel free to ask a question if you don't understand one of the vocabulary words that I'm using, or if you want to ask it in the chat. I'll try to keep an eye on the chat as well. This isn't the greatest map of the United States, but it'll give you something to look at while I'm talking about it here, just so I can give you a little bit of an overview of the geography. I like Google Earth because it's not just a flat map. You can actually zoom in, and you can see the mountains, you can see the waters, and if you've ever tried using it before, you can see sometimes in some areas you can actually see pretty good, like the pictures of all the way to the street. Have you seen that before on Google Earth? Or
yes.
Yeah.
I did it.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. I've looked around at different countries, and it's really neat to see the different types of housing that people have and all that. So anyways, here we are looking at the map of the United States, and like I said, I'm on the upper left-hand side from where I'm looking at it, and so that's the west coast. So what's important about the west part of the United States is that's the Pacific Ocean. So yeah,
Pacific Ocean, right?
Yeah, Pacific Ocean. and it's also part of what they call the Ring of Fire. So this is part of the area where sometimes we get earthquakes. So
No.
that can be kind of scary.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So the Pacific, Washington is kind of on the top. It just borders Canada right there. Where I live, I'm about 4 hours from Vancouver, Canada.
Okay.
So that
4 hours with drive?
Yeah, driving. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and that means I have to cross the border to go to Canada. But if I go south, then I go through Oregon and I go through California. Now, some of you are probably familiar with California as it's such a big state. It has Hollywood and Los Angeles, and so a lot of American movies take place in Hollywood, and lots of movie stars live there and that type of thing. And California itself is such a big state that it also has a lot of different geographical features. Has mountains and lakes and big rivers and, of course, the coast. So I'm just talking about the West Coast right now. So the main states are Washington, Oregon, and California. In California, if you go all the way down to California, then you'll get to Mexico. And it's pretty popular for people in California to drive into Baja California, which is actually Mexico. So that's where it starts getting really dry. So some of the geography for the West Coast is that it rains a lot. So where I live in Washington, the big city in Washington State is Seattle. Maybe some of you have heard of Seattle.
Yeah.
Yes. So Seattle is really known for a lot of rain, and it can be very gray too, sometimes with lots of clouds. So it doesn't necessarily get a lot of snow. It's not really cold, but it can be very wet. So and in Washington we have some pretty big mountains. We have Mount Rainier and also Mount Baker, and these are some. Actually, they are volcanoes. So
sorry, but
Yeah.
can I ask what cold means?
Cold?
Yeah.
Yeah. If something is cold, it's like ice is cold, snow is cold. It's like you have to. It's not hot, so it's the opposite of hot. Frío. Yeah.
No, this.
Clouds. I mean.
Oh, clouds.
Maybe she.
Sorry, yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. The clouds are up in the air. They're where the rain comes from. They're white.
Clouds. Cloudy and clouds.
Yeah. Okay.
Nubes. Yeah.
Nuvola. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very nublado. Right. So lots of clouds. It can be very gray, and even if it's not raining a lot, it can be what we call misty or misting, which means that just a little bit of rain is falling down. Not
also, it is geographical features, right?
Yeah, and so some of the geographical features that I mentioned in Washington include the mountains. So we have big high mountains where there's snow, and you can go skiing and sledding, which is really fun. We have some lakes, we have some rivers, and we also have the ocean. So if you go all the way to the coast, you are on the beach. So we have beaches as well, and beaches. Yeah. But of course, the beaches in Washington are not warm. The water is very cold. So if you want to go surfing, you can go surfing or swimming, but with a wetsuit.
Wetsuit.
Yeah, or even a dry suit.
Dry suit.
Yeah. There are people in my town, because where I live is on the water also, and they go scuba diving, but they use a dry suit, and then that way they can stay warm, because it is so cold. Very cold. Yeah. So, and then you can see on the map on Google Earth the brown parts over there. That's the mountains. So there's, you can see the mountain range that goes all the way through. The mountain range in Washington is called the Cascades. And let's go to California, because California really has a lot of, well, of course, don't forget Alaska. Everybody know about Alaska? Alaska, you can't really see on the map there, because Alaska is actually above Canada and almost over to Russia. So it's part of the United States, and it's very, very cold there. And lots of big, big mountains in Alaska. In fact,
yes, work and travel students knows a lot about Alaska, you know.
Oh, yeah? Yeah, Alaska has one of the it has the largest mountain in the United States, which is called Denali or Mount Whitney. I mean, what is it called? Mount McKinley. Yeah. So that's also really popular for climbing. For people who like to go climb mountains, they like to go to Alaska to try to climb Denali. But it's very hard. Has anybody ever climbed any mountains?
No.
No?
Yeah.
I never tried before, but just I'm gonna try.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, I'm gonna try.
Which mountain?
I'm gonna try somewhere in Turkey, I think. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, we'll
Also,
hear.
we have some mountain in Turkey.
Great. That's good. So, and then in the so Alaska has the big mountains. It snows a lot there, and yeah, there's a lot of fishing. So the ocean is really big for Alaska. One of the geographical features that's really important in Alaska is actually the ocean, because a lot of people go fishing there, and they fish for salmon and tuna and things like that.
Are bears in Alaska?
And
Say that again. Leonardo, what did you say?
Oh, there's rumble, really. What is that?
Are bears in Alaska?
Oh, yes. There are bears. Yes,
Okay.
there are bears in Alaska. Actually, there are bears in Washington, too.
Yes? Wow.
Yes. In Washington, there are black bears, and in Alaska, there's black bears and brown bears and grizzly bears. Yeah.
Grizzly.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah. Yikes! Right, because grizzly bears can eat you. They will eat you. Yes, I've read stories.
Are they peaceful or they are hungry?
I think it depends on if there's enough salmon for them, because they eat salmon. And if they have enough salmon, maybe they won't eat you, but I think it's better not to get too close.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely have to be careful when you go to Alaska, because Alaska is very, what we call, wild still. It's not a lot of civilization, or not a lot of people, not a lot of cities, you know. So
you can lose the.
I think
you
looks
can get
like
lost.
Greenland.
Yeah. You have to know what you're doing if you're going to go out into the wild. Like if you want to go hiking in the mountains, or you have to know what you're doing.
Yeah, sure.
Right. So I'll just finish up here with California. Some of the things that you guys might know already about California is it has some pretty nice beaches. Some of the well-known beaches are like Malibu. That's kind of near Los Angeles. And it's nice beaches because it's warm. The water is warmer, and of course it's very sunny. And
it has tropical climate, right? California has tropical.
No, it's not really tropical yet. Tropical would be more farther down into Mexico. It's more like it's temperate. So all year round it can be pretty even temperatures. Like it doesn't get super cold and it doesn't get super hot. I mean, in some parts of California, actually what's interesting about California is it has everything. It has there's the mountains in the middle, kind of in the middle, and those are called the
Quick
Sierra
question. I
Nevadas.
think they never seen in their life the snowing, right? The people from California.
Snow?
It's snowing over there?
No. Well, no, not usually. It would be very. It would be very like a freak.
Did they see
Freak
the
event.
snow over there?
Yeah. Hi, Mario. It snows.
Hey, Lisa.
Hi, how are you? Welcome.
How are you?
I'm doing well. Thanks for joining us. We're just.
Thank you very much. The
We're
first time, yeah.
Yeah, great.
Nice joining.
Awesome.
Very nice video.
Thank you. Also, yeah, you mentioned about the snow in California. It snows in the mountains. So if you live in the mountains, of course you've seen snow. But if you live on the beach, no snow. And it's very nice. Like right now in California, if you look at the temperature, it's probably like 60 degrees on the ocean, and so people are wearing shorts and they're wearing, you know, they don't really need jackets right now, that type of thing. They can ride their bikes a lot, and so lots of things happen in California because it's so nice. The weather is very nice most of the year. But if you go towards like Arizona and New Mexico, that's
It's very hot.
Yeah, it gets hot, and that's where we have like the desert. So in California, it's actually the Mojave. It's called the Mojave Desert, and it can be like 116 degrees Fahrenheit in the summer, for example.
Really? Oh.
Yeah. So it's very, very, very hot. So you like if you live in Arizona, a lot of people. Yeah.
It's so close to Arizona, and we're always above 110 degrees.
Wow. Oh, welcome, Alan. Where do you live?
Mexicali, Baja California.
Oh, in Baja California. Yeah. Great. Yeah, I was just talking about that a little bit. So, do you live near the water?
Not really.
No.
No, it's like 3 hours from here.
Okay. Is it more like desert?
Yeah, it's where I live. It's where the desert just how can I say that? It ends right here in Mexicali, and then mountains start after the desert.
Right.
But this is for all the year.
All year? Yeah.
Didn't understand me.
Did you say that it's all year? Hot?
Yeah, I mean, if the weather is all the year in the same way, or there are some season.
Yes. Yes. Well, in California there are some seasons, but I can't really say that it's seasons, but it.
A lot of earthquake in California, is that right?
Yes, sometimes. Earthquakes in California. Yes.
But I think these are not massive, right? Not massive earthquake.
In
just
Italy
little bit
well,
shaking over there, right?
Oh, in Chile is wow.
Yeah. Well, I used to live in Santa Cruz, California. Going to college there. I was going to the university in Santa Cruz, and we had, I think it was 7.9.
7.9?
Yeah, you say 7.9 on the Richter scale, and so that's pretty big. And that's when in downtown Santa Cruz, lots of buildings crashed and fell down, and in San Francisco, lots of.
Have you lost any people?
Yeah, some people died. There's a bridge in San Francisco called the Bay Bridge that goes from San Francisco to Oakland, and some of it fell down.
Oh.
So that was very, very scary. Yeah. So yes, it's definitely possible that there can be big, big earthquakes in Washington, Oregon, or California.
The people have expectation about the earthquake. The people from Washington and other place, right?
Yes, yes. So when you have to build a building, you have to make sure that the building is okay for earthquakes, that the building won't just crumble. Yeah. So and
here in Chile, we're used to earthquake. In like a couple of years ago, in 2010, we have one, and 8.8.
Wow.
Yeah, it was really big.
That's really big.
In the 60, it was the biggest one, 9.5.
Wow. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're getting used to the earthquake, and we have we know what we have to do when something like that happens.
Yes.
So,
yes.
We here in Europe, we kind of mention how it is a earthquake. We do have earthquakes over here. I felt an earthquake in my life.
It's a little bit hard.
Europe.
Oh yeah, Mario. It was a little bit hard to hear. I think there's something with an echo, maybe. I'm not sure why. But did you say that you don't have earthquakes in Europe?
I think.
No, I never felt an earthquake.
Oh.
He has never found an
Do you
earthquake.
understand me?
I think his microphone has some problem.
Yeah, I think.
Yes.
I think Mario, that your microphone is something wrong. I'm not sure what. Can't understand when you talk because it sounds muffled. Okay.
Okay.
So maybe I don't know if you turn the volume down, maybe, or something.
Yeah, try it. Made it work better then.
It's a little bit better. Yeah. Well, let's go.
No, it's better.
Not much better, no.
No?
Not much. Yeah. So I guess since it sounds like earthquakes are a big deal for some people, let's see who has been in an earthquake before. Alan, have you been in an earthquake?
Yes, I have been.
Yeah.
2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Yeah, it was.
Was it scary for you?
Kind of, because we were like it was an Eastern week.
Oh.
So all the families were together, and when the earthquake starts, and all the families were so scared.
Yeah. Did anything get ruined? Did anything fall down or get smashed?
Not in the city, but outside the city.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a lot of damage.
Yeah. Annette, have you been in an earthquake before?
No, never. I never been to earthquake. Yeah. In the Czech Republic, we don't have earthquakes.
No.
So I don't was in.
That's good. That's nice. That's not something that you have to worry about. Yeah, that's good. And Annalisa, how about you? Have you ever been in an earthquake?
No, I can remember just when I was young, maybe 8 years old, but it was not so hard.
Not so big, yeah.
Not so big.
Yeah.
But in Italy, there was 1.5 years ago an earthquake.
Yes, I remember.
In L'Aquila.
Yeah.
And the main problem in Italy is that the buildings are not okay. The building was very old. And in the same times, the builder don't respect the law rules.
The laws.
And sorry, and so this earthquake did a lot of damage.
Yes.
And the church, the old church, was falling down.
Yes. They fell down.
Yeah. With a lot of painted,
Yeah.
because we have a lot of old church.
Yes.
And so, yeah.
Yeah, I remember seeing some pictures and reading about that on the news when that happened in Italy, and that's what they were talking about because in Italy there's so many older buildings, historical buildings that have been around for a very long time. So that was kind of devastating. If you guys know the word devastating, earthquakes can be devastating for people. It means that they can be very harsh and can be dangerous, and they can make people very upset and very sad because because you might lose your house, or somebody might die or get hurt or something. So it can be scary.
Yeah, here is not like in Japan, where you can have a big earthquake, but you can see the building doing this way, so everything in the end is okay.
But
it was awful in Japan.
Yeah, the Japanese earthquakes can be hard too, because Japan is also part of what they call the Ring of Fire. And so is Chile, I think, right? Yes. We live in the Ring of Fire.
That's a cool name, but it's awful.
Yes, unfortunately. Yeah. Well, luckily it doesn't happen every day, so.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen too often, so.
Yeah.
What about Junaid?
Yeah.
Yeah, hi. Have you ever been in an earthquake before?
No. I am lucky.
Yeah. And Leonardo, how about you?
I never been in earthquake. In Argentina, we never have earthquake.
Oh, really?
Never.
Okay.
Yes. Earthquake. Sorry, the pronunciation.
Yeah, earthquake. Yeah, and somebody wrote in the chat that in Peru they had a big earthquake. Yep. Peru's part of the Ring of Fire too.
Yes.
And Murat, are you there?
Yes, I am here.
Hi. Have you ever been in an earthquake before?
I have twice, unfortunately.
Yeah. How was it?
It was very bad. When I was 10, we are residing in Erzurum in Turkey. There is a city in Turkey. In Erzurum, and I think it was 1985. There was a big earthquake in Erzincan. It's another city. It's next to Erzurum.
Okay.
I am remembering that, and also there was another earthquake. It was in Düzce. It's it's a city in the Marmara region. It's very close to Istanbul. While it was, I think, 1997 or 99.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I'm glad you're still here. And Sebastian, you said you have been in an earthquake before, or?
Yes, but I was very lucky because I was like 6 hours in the north of Santiago.
Oh,
So the epicenter was in Concepcion, like 6 hours in the south of Santiago.
Yeah.
So I feel the magnitude like 4, just 4. For me, it was like a normal Earth movement.
Just a little swing.
Yeah, a little. Yeah. And this happened at 3 at the morning, 3:30.
Yeah.
So and it was in February, so everyone was out because of the parties.
Oh.
It was vacation, so.
Yeah.
And it was at night, so a lot of people well, in YouTube, there's a lot of videos. You can see it.
Sure.
You
Yeah.
just put Chile earthquake 2010.
Yeah.
And it was when it happened in all over the country. It was a blackout.
Oh, yeah.
So we have a blackout, and the telephone signal were off.
Yeah.
So it was very scary for us because I was far away from a lot of my relatives.
Mm-hmm.
So I was trying to call them, and nothing happened. And then in the morning I was away from the epicenter, so we were late again, and we watched on the TV how the disaster that happened, and we know that in Santiago was not light on, you know.
Yeah.
So they actually don't know. They didn't know what is going on in other cities in the south or even in Santiago.
Right.
So the ones who were not living in the epicenter of the earthquake, we were seeing this amazing and awful nature, Mother Nature doing their job.
Yeah.
So, but still, it was 8.8.
Yeah. Wow.
And just a little bit, just 500 and a little bit more people died. Just 500, and it's a small quantity of people because of the magnitude of the earthquake.
Yeah.
And that is because we are prepared to that kind of
disaster.
Disaster. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's good.
No, that's not good.
I mean, it's good. It's good to be prepared and to know. Yeah. So that's
I got it.
Hi, Tamim, you joined us. Hi there.
Hi.
Hi. We were just talking about earthquakes. Yeah, I'm talking to you.
Yes. Hi. How are you?
Good. Have you ever been in an earthquake?
Sorry.
Have you ever been in an earthquake? Do you know earthquake?
Yes, it's happened in the past few years.
Okay, yeah, but you were okay.
But I would like to ask you a question. It's technical. I tried many times to attend this lesson live, but I failed. I don't know why.
Okay.
There is two words which are join class.
Yes.
I press on them and tried then and followed the steps, and I found what we call and I found.
Yeah. Well, the way the class works is
the class is full.
Yes.
I found the class is full.
Class is full because there's only 9 people in the class.
Oh, so we are lucky.
Yeah.
9 people in all the world.
Yeah. And so I start the class at like 2, and pretty soon people just join. It happens automatically, and so I start seeing the people show up. And I also see that there are, like right now, there's 35 people also watching the class. And so they might...
How many?
35.
35, wow.
Hello to 35.
They're watching you and me and everybody. Yeah.
Then maybe when student left the video
so,
chat.
Exactly. That's what happens. If somebody... then you get in.
I enable to participate live.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, so if you want to get in, you just have to wait.
Okay. I have something.
Yes?
Okay. Sometimes the earthquake happen in the oceans. This make it tsunami. It maybe come to the countries, and these countries they don't have any earthquake. Just the tsunami come to these countries, and this is dangerous more than the earthquake.
Yes, that's also
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
And
can
I
say
think
that
they called
sorry.
this tsunami in English.
Yeah, I put it in the chat. It's called tsunami.
A tsunami, yeah.
Yes.
In Spanish also. Can I say something that here in the earthquake, it's exactly what he said. In some island in Juan Fernandez,
Yeah.
they didn't feel the earthquake actually. They were asleep and everything, and they just I don't know how I say it, but they felt the tsunami. I mean, a tsunami just, but nothing. Yeah, a tsunami happened, but nobody knows that a tsunami
Was coming, right?
were coming because they don't feel the earthquake. So
Right.
there,
Mhm.
a lot of people died in Juan Fernandez.
Yeah.
And
What is Juan Fernandez? Sorry.
it's an island here in Chile.
Oh, okay, cool.
We are in the Pacific Ocean, so there's an island.
Yeah. Very south. So I just Unai.
Yes, I'm here. Yeah, I'm waiting for.
Yes, you
to
were
say
waiting.
something
Sorry.
about the earth. Yeah, no problem, no problem.
Sorry. So
Just I was listening, my friends, no problem.
Okay.
And yeah, really, I had a very bad experience about the earthquake. It was in 1999 in Istanbul. I was living very close with earthquake center, and we lost over 20,000 people in Istanbul and a couple of the city around Istanbul in Marmara region in Turkey. Really, it was really so massive. And then some of my friends lost from their relatives someone, and it was really so heartbreaking and sorrowful.
Yes.
Thanks God, yes, this is life, and you have to survive after bad things in the life. That's why still we are here. And but you know, our region is really very dangerous for earthquake. Still, we have expectation, the so-called Istanbul earthquake. Now we are preparing ourselves and our building and everything. Also, we are checking again our substructure here.
Yes. So I'll give you some words. They're not very common, but when you're talking about earthquakes, they come up a lot, and that's what you call when you're fixing a building so that it can be earthquake safe. It's called seismic retrofitting. I wrote it in the chat. Yeah.
It's a difficult word.
Yeah, it's a difficult word.
Seismic retrofitting?
Yeah. So to retrofit, so retro means like to go back, like it's in that's already happened. So you're fixing something that was already made. So you're retrofitting it. You're improving it, really. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, for example, right now in the town where I live, it's a small town. It's called Port Townsend in Washington. And we have some very old buildings, not very old compared to Istanbul or Italy maybe, but maybe 100 years old. And right now our library is getting retrofitted, you say. So that means that they had to move all of the books out to another place, and now they're putting in different types of materials like rebar and I don't know, whatever the engineers say that the building needs in order to be stable, because you want the building to be stable. So you want the building, the way I understand it, to be able to move but not fall over.
Also, right now we are doing seismic retrofitting in Istanbul right now. Yeah.
Yes.
It's really so important for us.
Yes. Yeah, and that's especially true for buildings that are old or buildings that are very high, like high-rise buildings and things like that. And what happened a lot in the earthquake in California, in where I was, which was Santa Cruz, but also in Oakland and San Francisco, is there were a lot of bricks, chimneys made out of bricks. So the fireplace and the chimney is on the outside of the house, and and those fell down. They just crumbled to the ground. And so what happened there was maybe your roof on your house, the top of your house, maybe got smashed.
So no Father Christmas after.
Right. No Santa Claus coming down the chimney.
Right, in Turkey.
Right. Yeah. So yes, so the west coast of the United States definitely is an area that can have earthquakes. Let's see if I can get back to my map here. Where was I? It's not going to be there. Hold on.
I guess it depends on the place, the specific place, right? Isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. It depends on where you are.
Do you understand me now better?
It's a little bit better. I could understand what you say. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So Mario, yes, whether or not you feel the earthquake depends on where it happens. So we use the word epicenter. I'll type it in the chat, epicenter, and that tells you where the earthquake actually happened, where the earth moved, and then if you're very close to the epicenter, then it's very big. But if you're far away from the epicenter, then you might just, maybe you just feel it a very little bit, like it sways a little bit, or maybe you notice that your lamps that you're hanging on your ceiling, they move, or something moves in your house or your bed, Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it really depends on where it is and where you are.
And also depend of the deep of the epicenter.
Yeah, how deep.
How deep it is.
What is deep?
Deep is
how far down in the earth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you
it
understand?
is very deep.
Yeah.
And excuse me, what is the earthquake unit measurement? What they say in English?
They use the Richter scale.
Richter?
Yeah, it's called. I wrote it in the chat. It's called Richter scale.
Yeah.
And they just say like it's 7.9 on the Richter scale is what you'll hear.
Yeah, Richter scale.
And that's the magnitude.
And in the map, the red color means that this area has a lot of earthquakes?
No, I put up another map. This map actually shows where there's a lot of rain.
Oh, rain, not earthquake. Oh.
Yeah.
I cannot see you.
Yeah, I put the map up so you can't see my face now. I put the map up.
No. Yeah, I know, but the other time I had your face or the map in the main place. But now I don't know.
Now do you see the map?
Nothing.
Do you see the map?
Only in the hand. Only in the hand. In the hand. About this.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's okay. Sorry.
Well, I tried to put the map there just to give you an idea because we talked a lot about earthquakes, which I think is a good topic because it's definitely something that can happen at any time, and it's something that we prepare for, but it's nature, so you don't know. You don't know what's going to happen.
Just be prepared.
Be prepared the best you can. Yeah. So I just will talk a little bit more. We can maybe come up with some other things. I'll go quickly because I want to hear something about your country. So let's just speed across the United States here. So we'll go through the middle part where you see on this map the states like Utah and Colorado. That's where the Rocky Mountains are. Yeah. And the Rocky Mountains are very popular because that's where a lot of really nice ski places are. Like if you've heard of Aspen or Vail, Colorado. Those are places where you can go skiing. And it's very good for skiing. Good snow, and those are kind of nice towns. A lot of rich people go there, so it's kind of a special place. And then what happens is you actually, as you go to the middle of the country, it becomes very flat. And what they have in the middle of the country, which we don't have on the coast, is tornadoes. So those are kind of scary. If you know what a tornado is?
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah. What tornado is where there's a wind picks up and it makes like a funnel of wind. And it's very fast, and it goes across the land, and it can just knock out houses and pick up houses. And so in those states like Nebraska and Kansas and places like that, they have lots of houses have basements. So basement underneath the house, so they can go underground. So I've never been in a tornado before. I'm happy about that.
I'm thinking about the Mago de Oz.
The what?
The Wizard of Oz. The
Wizard of Oz. Yes, that's good. Wizard of Oz. Yes, that was Dorothy was in Kansas, and she had a tornado.
Yeah. How do you say Wizard of Oz?
Wizard of Oz. Yeah.
Wizard of Oz.
Wizard of Oz. Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, she got taken away by a tornado. Yeah. Okay, and then some other. So then once you go through there, then you start getting back in where there's more. There's more rain, and there's the other part about. I just tell you, some people might be interested. This is what they call the bread basket of America. Because that's where they have they grow a lot of corn and wheat and soybeans and things there. So it's very flat in that area. So if you go over and you keep going over, another big feature, geographical feature, is the lakes. If you can see them on this map, there's these huge lakes up there by Michigan. And if you've ever been to, or if you ever go to Chicago is a big city in Illinois, and it's on the lake there. There's huge lake. It almost looks like the ocean because it's so big, and people can go surfing, and they can they go on the boats and everything. So that's another big part of the different geography in the United States. And then if you head over here to the Atlantic Ocean, that's the East Coast, and some people might go there someday if you want to go to New York, or if you want to go to Washington, D.C., or Boston, or those kind of cities. Then those are on the Atlantic Ocean. And what's kind of nice about the Atlantic Ocean is it has warm water in the summer.
Great.
So people go swimming. It's even warmer than the Pacific Ocean, which isn't very warm, but California is very hot, so it's okay. But on the East Coast, people go surfing, and they like to spend lots of time on the beach. So if you go to New York, for example, in the summer, you might go to a place called Coney Island, which is like an amusement park on the beach, or New Jersey. I think there's a television show about Jersey Shores or something. I don't know. Yeah. But I don't watch those shows. But yeah. But one of the one of the things that can happen on the East Coast, which just happened, is the hurricanes. So yeah. So that is one of the things that can happen on the East Coast, which does not happen on the West Coast.
Lisa, I have.
Yeah. Yes, you have a question?
Yes. What is the difference between a hurricane and a tornado?
Okay, so a hurricane actually starts on the water. So hurricanes happen in more tropical areas where the water it happens out on the ocean at first, and then it picks up speed, and it just it is still a big kind of circle, let's say, or a shape of air that's flowing really quickly, and it's picking up all kinds of water and stuff in the air, and then once it like hits the land, that's when it drops all of the rain. And that's the way I understand it. I'm not the weatherman or anything. But yeah.
Okay, I have a question, Lisa.
Yes.
Sometimes I heard in the news the name of the tornado, like Sandy or Katrina. How they put the names of? How they choose the names?
Yeah, those are for hurricanes, and I think they choose them just by they keep tracking them. So just like they try to track all the earthquakes, even the little tiny ones that we don't feel, they're also always tracking the hurricanes that are happening. And every hurricane, the way I understand it, is they give the hurricane a name, and they just go through the alphabet. So it just depends.
They are all just female names. Right?
Yeah.
Just Catherine, Elizabeth.
Yeah, yeah. And so, like, if you had, let's see. So after Sandy, it's what comes after S? There's T. So something with T.
Sorry, what do you mean traffic? What mean traffic?
Okay, hold on. Then the name was.
Sorry if I.
No, that's okay. I just wanted to just finish up with So for example, if there's another hurricane after Sandy, then it would start with a T. So then they might call it, I don't know, Thomas or something, you know.
Maybe.
Yeah. Okay. That's all. But
maybe Tina. It's gonna be Tina.
Tina.
Yeah. Still, they will keep the female name.
Female name. Okay.
Why?
Tina.
Why?
I don't know why. That's why I'm asking.
Woman, it's trouble. Maybe.
A tempest. No, Annalisa?
Yeah.
Tracking means to keep track. So if you're keeping track of something, it means you're taking notes of it. So, for example, the people in Florida, I think it's in Florida where they have the big buildings where there's lots of people working to know what's happening in the weather. They're tracking it, means that they're watching it, they're taking information about it, taking notes on it. It comes up in their computers, so they're watching it. So if you are listening to the news in the United States, you might hear them say, we're tracking Hurricane Sandy, and it's 200 miles off the coast of New York.
Okay.
Like that. Yeah. So it just means that they're watching it, and then they keep trying to let us know what's going to happen. Like it's going to hit land in 5 hours. So if they know that, or if they can predict that, then they will tell people. Like in New York City, they told them to leave. So that they have to evacuate. Yeah. So they try.
Sorry, can you write it?
Yes.
Thank
Tracking.
you so much.
Yeah. Yeah. And if you have to evacuate, which means to leave.
Yeah, in Italy we have the same word, more or less. So.
Yeah, sure. So so that's important. Yeah, and also what happens on the East Coast, since we're talking about the East Coast, is it's kind of hard once the winter comes, because not only do they get maybe a hurricane, but now they get really cold weather and ice and snow. And for example, in the city of Boston, it can get a lot of snow and it can be very cold. And these places, it's very important to have heating in your house. And sometimes what can happen for older people, like if you're an older person and you don't have somebody taking care of you, if your heating's not working, you might die, because it can be so cold. So yeah, so you have to make sure that you're prepared for winter. But
and you got shelter for homeless people, right?
Yes. Yes. So sometimes if you've seen a movie, maybe you've seen movies about people in New York City, and maybe you've seen them out on the streets. They're homeless. Yes, they have shelters where they can go, hopefully, and they try to stay warm by making fires in cans, like in big garbage cans and things like that. But yes, it's very cold in the winter on the East Coast. So if you're thinking about traveling to the United States, probably better in the summer.
or choose California or
yeah, or if you want to go to California.
What about Miami and Florida?
And yeah, Miami and Florida, those are nice all the time, pretty much. But
it's a Caribbean country, right? Looks like Caribbean country.
Yeah, right. Same temperature. It's more tropical.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, Florida is more tropical. That's where they grow oranges, and it's very warm, and there's great beaches.
Oranges.
Yeah.
Don't go to Alaska, just go to Miami, right? if you don't want to get cold.
Right. If you want to pack light, please. Oops. Yeah, I got it right. If you want to pack lightly, which means you don't have to bring a jacket, you don't have to bring extra clothes, just your bathing suit and your shorts, and you're good.
That's it.
Take lightly, right? It's
Right.
good.
Right. Okay, well, our time is up, actually. It's been an hour, so I think there's another teacher coming on for something. And so I just want to say thank you to everybody who showed up and for participating in the class. It's always great to talk to you guys.
I appreciate it.
Okay, thank you, Lisa.
Okay.
Thank you, Lisa.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, friends.
Bye.
Teaching, Lisa.
Thank you. You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye.
See you soon.
See you soon.
Bye.